What up, y'all? It's your man Abuamerican. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Check out cowife.com. Been saying it in multiple videos. And Abu American Shop Store, I think it's called Shopper Store. Check out the vetting guide. It will prevent what I'm going to talk about here today. So let's get right into it. Hello, RR. Inshallah, you brothers and guys are well. So, all right, I got the message up now. So, as you guys know, walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As you guys know, I make a lot of videos. I think one a week as a minimum about male and female friends. And I'm not a fan of it, period. I mean, obviously. But I don't think that this is something that non-Muslims should be doing, and Muslims in specific and especially should not be having male and female friends. It's just, this intergender mixing thing. It's like it's a problem of our time where people think it's okay. Oh, I went to school with them and they're, we're friends because I was in kindergarten with her and blah blah blah. Even though statistics show that gender segregated schools tend to have better performance in terms of all boys schools, the boys perform better, all girls schools, the girls perform better. Which you would think in this day and age where the world is really like competitive in all fields, you would want the best that you could possibly get. But hey, here nor there, gender mixed schools, people grow up together, they think they're friends, and really, it doesn't work. So a brother that follows me on Twitter, I'm not, obviously this is going to be anonymous, I'm not going to identify him. He wrote me a message and started off like this. This was about the middle of this year. It was the middle of this year. Now we're up in October, and we're coming up on the end of the year. So the brother said, Achi, I'm thinking about marrying this girl, but she has many male friends. Is that a red flag? So I respond to him, one word, and I say, absolutely. I don't always have time to respond to people with detailed answers because I'm busy. I got a lot of stuff going on. And so I don't have time to always give detailed answers as to why it's a bad idea or why it's a red flag. Needless to say, I put it in my vetting guide as a major red flag. And so, if you haven't read it, make sure you get over there and read it. I talk about this in there. Goes on to say, the brother responds, now, just today, he said, I should have listened to you. This is his response. My marriage didn't last longer than 2 months. So he got married and his marriage lasts 2 months. 2-month marriage because of male friends. People think I'm joking when I say, or I don't know if people think I'm joking. Let me not exaggerate. But people don't take me seriously, which might as well be joking. When I talk about the seriousness of this issue, what do you call me, prophet? Don't call me prophet, man. I just caught this. Don't call me prophet, dude. You call me prophet or anything like that again, I'm gonna have to ban you, bro. That's some serious stuff right there. Don't do that, please. It's a polite request. Don't call me prophet or anything of this nature whatsoever. I'll have to ban you, bro. I'm straight up, please. I'm probably sure you meant it harmlessly, but that's a pretty serious issue in Islam. Don't do that. People think, or they don't take it seriously when I tell them that this male-female friend thing is a big deal. I do one-to-one consultations. Usually it's married people. Sometimes you got like unmarried people looking for some advice before they get married, but usually it's married people. And one of the biggest problems, it's not the only problem, but one of the biggest problems is their wives having male friends. Yeah, my female bro. Maybe you didn't know. So, it's no problem, man. If you didn't know, then alhamdulillah, you didn't know. But jazakallah khair, man. I'm going to continue reading. It's quite a long message. He comes in, and as you can see, maybe you can't see because the screen's bright, but it's quite a long message. He goes on to write, will do, Achi. So I told him, sorry. I apologize. I skipped the part. He said, I should have listened to you. My marriage didn't last more than 2 months. And then I responded to him. And yeah, male friends is haram. I said this, especially Muslim shouldn't. I said, I made a video about this, and this video will be coming out. It'll come out on top of this, so it'll be about the subject twice. So if you see it, you might want to just skip it. But in that video, I went off again like I did on my live. I really got upset. I really got worked up. And you know, I got the emotions out now. I should stay calm during this live, but in that video, which will be uploaded, I really, ooh. I said I made a video about this. We'll go live about it too, but of course, keep you anonymous. I said, bro, it's unfortunate and sad, meaning his situation. I told him, inshallah, be patient. It's a lesson. Be sure not to repeat it. I said I can empathize with you because I've had to let go of Silver Woman because of this issue. And some of my divorces, you guys know, people, they make it an area of contention against me, a charge against me that I've been married and divorced, multiple times. But one of the reasons why I let women go, and it's been at least like 4 women, is because of this male friend issue. It's not something that I'm gonna tolerate, that a woman is gonna just sit back and she's gonna cuckold me, in my face. If I don't know, then fine, you can't cover what you don't know. But if I find out, that's it, khalas. I give barakallahu feek, David. Yeah, my Saturday's going good. Hopefully yours too. Hopefully if you find out, then you let a woman go, if you find out that she's doing this. Because being dayuth, being a cuckold in the Islamic definition of it, is not the way forward. There's a severe punishment, there's a severe threat upon that person that they'll never smell the fragrance of paradise. If you willingly and knowingly allow your woman to just be, mixing and mingling. I don't care if it's online. I don't care if it's over the phone. That's mixing with men and women. And the ulama talk about this, and this is one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of matrimonial applications, because technically you and the woman are alone when you're chatting on the phone. And that's why I'm not a fan of matrimonial apps. But I talk about this also in another upcoming video. So inshallah, it should be released, within the next week or so. And you guys get it's not directly about that, but it covers this. So let's get into the rest of his message here. So the brother goes on to say, will do akhi, meaning take my advice now, inshallah. And I understand anything I say here in this, I'm not criticizing the brother. I'm not being harsh on him, but just understand that because I repeat this message so much and so frequently, it's hard not to just kind of let blows fly. But I mean no harm towards the brother. So if the brother's obviously most likely watching this, if it sounds like something's a charge against you, that's not the case. The brother is a victim of a sister who would not let go of her male friends. And we're going to get into this here. He said, so we'll do, I had to learn the hard way. Well, this goes into something I want to say right here. The brother said he had to learn the hard way. You really don't have to learn the hard way. I learned the hard way, and that's why I said I'm here to teach you guys. I do it also. You don't have to. I've made the mistakes. Don't make the mistakes, guys. I'm not joking. I'm not blowing my horn here. I'm not trying to, make myself seem like some stand-up guy for you guys. I just don't want people making the same mistakes I do. First and foremost, primarily my sons. I don't want my sons to go through the whole situation that I've gone through. If you have multiple women in your life, then fine, do that. But do it from a position where it's like they are your women. They stay with you. Like I said, I've never married and divorced, and I had an idea that I'm going to hit this and quit this. It's never been like that. So no, you guys, you don't have to learn the hard way. I wrote the vetting guide so you can avoid learning the hard way. These are my experiences, and I tell everybody, don't end up like me marrying a bunch of women. Don't do it. So that's why I am telling you guys, you don't have to learn the hard way. My wife agreed to cut all ties with other men and to stop social media before we got married. But during our marriage, she went back to her old habits. I talk about this in vetting guide also, that when something becomes part of a woman's personality, it's there and it's hard for her to let go of. That's just a bad habit. Social media is a bad habit for women. Understand how powerful social media is for women. Men always talk about their porn addictions. Stay with me. So we do know that porn is an addiction and is a problem. And there's also social stigma attached to it. Listen to this point. It's very important. I'm going to repeat it. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. What is pornography to men is social media to women. The two are equal between the genders. So the way that a man uses pornography or gets used by pornography, whichever way you want to word it, is the same thing that happens to a woman with social media. Guys go to rehabilitation. Guys go to entire courses and whatever else and look for help online to break their pornography habits. And women are under the same type of influence with social media. Social media is female porn. She's not. A guy says, let's imagine, reverse this. A guy, he wants to get married, says to his wife or his to-be wife, she knows. Let's just say somehow she knows, and she's going to decide to marry him anyway, which shows you the madness of guys marrying these women with these social media habits. So a woman finds out her potential husband has a pornography habit. She decides for some crazy reason to marry him anyway, which any guy watching this show, inshallah, would say if it was his sister or if it was his aunt or someone else, and he heard, or his daughter, and he heard that her potential future husband has a pornography habit, he'd be like, this is called off. But whatever. You guys decide to give the guy a pass. Pornography is one hell of a drug. So he says, yeah, I want to quit. And he sincerely means that. Most men who want to quit porn sincerely mean they want to quit porn. But they can't, which is why they go and get help, because it's not a matter of cold turkey quitting. So he gets married, and then all of a sudden it becomes a problem. Oh, he never quit porn. He went right back to it. He said he quit and he didn't. Yeah, it's an addiction. Now, you brothers that are marrying these sisters with this social media addiction, which leads to the intermixing and conversation of men, it's like a woman marrying a man with a known porn habit. When you marry these socially addicted females, you're marrying a woman that has her version of a porn addiction. You know what makes it so easy for us to do this as men? There's no social stigma connected to social media like there's a social stigma attached to pornography. If social media was viewed in the same way as pornography, we'd be seeing a different story here. But this is where guys now want to get mad about, and I'm not going to drag up this red pill thing, but this is where we see gynocentrism. This is a red pill concept, the gynocentrism, that it's female centric and therefore it's okay. So anyway, guys, this social media thing, it's just a doorway for her to communicate and get attention, free attention from a bunch of random dudes. And if she has an addiction to it, or if she's really highly using it without a purpose and a reason, you really, if she's not making money there, if she doesn't have a business there, but she's always on there, you really, really need to understand, not, think about it. Is it a habit or is it not a habit? No, it is 100% a habit. It's 100% she's addicted to social media in the same way that some guy out there is addicted to porn. And it is just as bad. Not like, she can surf that publicly and he can't surf porn publicly. No, it's just as bad. It's just the way and the influences on how it ruins relationships are exactly the same. Pornography will ruin your relationship. It'll ruin your marriage. And social media will ruin your marriage. It's just pornography does it on the male side. Social media does it on the female side. Let's continue. She went back to her old habits. She started to post things that I found unacceptable on socials and hide it from me. And when I confronted her, her male friends would come out in a heartbeat to help her. White knights. Now, you guys know I had to ride and mock white knights severely. I don't do it recently. I used to do it in the past a lot. But white knights, these guys always come in the rescue of women. And she's wrong. She could be dead wrong and guys will still come and save the day. Now, these guys are the enemies of men. These guys are the enemies of relationships. Because now when she's wrong, what they're going to do is they're going to come save the day for her. And they're not saving the day of a woman that they know is dead wrong. They're not saving the day of a woman that they know is dead wrong because she's a friend. No, they want good favor with her because you know what? They want to get in her pants. Sisters really need to understand this stuff. Sisters, these guys mean no good towards you. If this sister would just have read between the lines, she would see that everything her friends are doing are ruining her marriage, which eventually broke apart. I don't have a single friend that would ruin my marriage. I don't have a single friend that doesn't advise me to be patient with my wives, and to say, hey, this, that, the other. Because I talk to my brothers. I don't go into details about my relationships, but I say, wife, she acting goofy. I tell you guys all the time, women are always going to act goofy. Even Abuamerican's wife act goofy. And my brother's like, yeah, this, the other. Even though I'm usually the one giving advice, these guys give me my own advice. Alhamdulillah, barakallahu fikum, you know? Because every man, he even has his emotion, he has his anger. So we all got to bite down on it. Even myself sometimes. Sometimes I'm just like, you know what, not today. And, you know, I'm just like, I didn't want to hear it, but I understand the dynamics and mechanics behind her behavior at that moment. Whatever, here nor there. These people, sisters, are not your friend. Not just this sister, any guy who will side with you in an argument against your partner is not your friend. You know, one of the beauties of being, a one-to-one counselor is I'm completely neutral. My entire point and idea behind one-to-one consultations is to get a good outcome. So brothers that contact me, if you're wrong, you're wrong. We want a good outcome. I'm not here to rub your back and massage you and tell you, oh, bruh, it's that hypergamy. It's the sister. She's bad. She's terrible. I'll work it up, bro. Give me your arm here. We're going to chop you up. I'm not here to give you a back rub. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If she's wrong, she's wrong. I'm neutral. When I listen to my friends and my brothers who talk to me about their issues, I got a brother in the UK. He contacts me regularly. He's a close brother of mine. Love him to death. But when he's wrong, I tell him he's wrong. Because there's no benefit, there's no good in me calling myself a friend and then giving him bad advice, knowing he's dead wrong. Where's the friendship? Where's the friendship in that? Where is the sincerity to your friend, to want the best for your friend? Listen to what your friend's telling you from the situation. Try and find out what the real situation is, because everybody has their side of the story. So you listen to him. Is he wrong? Is he right? Is he handling the situation right? Is he handling the situation wrong? Okay, he's doing okay. What's her situation? Get as much details as possible. Because people like to give it advice, relationship advice, or whatever. Don't just blindly give your homie a back rub and a high five. It doesn't work like that. Because if you want, mashallah, MOD, what's good, bro? Jazakallah khair, man. What's up, my man? MOD in the house. What's good, bro? Don't just automatically like, boom, you're right. He's the homie. He's right. Part of being a friend is telling your friend when he's dropping the ball and he's being a dork. That's part of being a friend. You speak truth to your homie no matter what. You still got his back. You still got his back. And how do you have his back? By trying to help him. And you're not helping him by doing something wrong. If you know something, like if you know this drink right here got poison in it, homie, hey, that stuff's poisonous. Yeah, but it tastes good. Homie, listen to me. It's poisonous. What do? Do you let him just keep on going on? I'm going to hook you up. Hold up, man. I'll hook you up right now. Give me 1 second, man. Let me do this right here real quick. If you know he's going to do something that's harmful to him, you know, what are you going to do? You're going to help him. Boom. Blue Ranch to the homie. So it's the same in relationships. He knows something's wrong. Maybe he doesn't know something's wrong, but you know something's wrong. You help him by advising him. Women, sisters, listen to me. Dudes that are backing you up against your husband, if he's right, okay, he's right. But generally, he's not backing you up because you're right. He's backing you up because you know what, you got the bits and bobs in the places that he likes. That's why he's helping you. Jawad, $5 super chat, barakallahu feek, man. Men need to know masculine frame. Absolutely. But a lot of times what happens is, and I talk about this in the vetting guide, is that a lot of guys, they completely lose their mind the moment they see a woman with some curves or just a woman that's willing to marry them. And dudes lose it. And I actually talk about that in the vetting guide. So let's continue on here. Her friends would come out in a heartbeat to help her. It reached the stage where every time we had an argument, one of her male friends would pick her up in their cars. Let me read that again. We're talking about Muslims here. Listen to me. These are Muslims we're talking about. Listen to this right here. It reached the stage where every time we had an argument, this husband and this wife, every time we had an argument, one of her male friends would pick her up in his car. Man, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Bro, that is war. We Muslims here. Do you know we stone people in Islam for adultery and all these types of other things? Do you know the ruling of being alone in a room with a woman? Do you guys know the ruling of being alone in a room with a woman? If you marry a woman and you never touch her, but you are alone in a room with her, you never touch her, but you're alone in the room overnight, you spend the night, she sleeps on the sofa, you sleep on this sofa. Do you know that marriage is considered consummated? Did you know that? This guy's alone with your wife. Now, I'm not talking to the brother here, but you have to think about the situation. Her friends. These are Muslims. These are Muslims. These are Muslim men and Muslim women. Where's the friendship in that? Where's the friendship in that? Yo, your girl, if she's your friend, she's married. What are you doing? And this is where I got really heated in the video I recorded today. Who are you dudes? Who are you Muslim men? Who are you dudes? Who are you? Who are these dudes doing this? I guarantee you it's the same guys in my comment sections going off saying something goofy and stupid. Guaranteed 100% because I'm messing up their game. Yusuf Charlie with $9.99 super chat, $10 super chat, man. Barakallahu feek, bro. You've been a supporter for a long time. Brother just out here just taking care of a dude, man. Jazakallah khair. I love this dude to death. Let's continue. But this is madness, man. This is madness. This brother's good, man. This brother's good. This brother's a victim. The brother who wrote me this, he's a victim, man. Anyway, let's continue. I confronted her parents about this issue, and their response was, these boys are, and I don't know what this is. This is, I hate to identify this, but it's something written in Somali. Willa Zafada. I don't know what that means. It's a Somali term, which means neighbors, and that she grew up with them, meaning stop making a big deal out of it and accusing her of bad things. So her family. So now her family. And now in the vetting guide, guys, listen to me. In the vetting guide, I talk about family. The principles of the vetting guide are taken from Islam anyway. Look at her family. Now, I don't know if he could have gleaned that her family would react this way. I don't think he could have gleaned from her family that they would react this way. May Allah protect the daughter of Abuamerican if I ever hear about my daughter doing something like this. People are getting whacked. I'm not going to kill anybody, but I am putting hands on a lot of people. You come to my house, or not my house, but you come to my daughter's husband's house, and you take my daughter somewhere, and you're not married to, you're not her brother, you're not her uncle, you're not me. Wallahi, everybody's catching hands. I'm going to find you. My daughter's catching hands. And whoever you are, dude, you're going to be laid up in a hospital somewhere for a long time. What is this? Who are these brothers? Who are these hayawan? Wallahi kelb. Who are these animals, these pure dogs? Who are you? Who are these people? You brothers out there know some of these dudes. Yeah, absolutely. Your daughter is the one to blame. No, not entirely, bro. We talking about Muslims here. Bro, I can't think of a single situation where Abuamerican is going to go to a non-mahram woman's house and pick her husband's house, pick her up from her husband's house, and drive off with her. I have some blame on myself as a Muslim. If I go to a non-mahram woman's house, I don't care if she's married, but especially a married one. Take her from her husband's house and drive off with her. Yeah, my daughter's to blame. But Abuamerican, if I do something like that, I'm not free from blame. Do not, bro. Do not do that. Don't do that right there. Because now what you're doing, see, this is what I mean by you guys know these brothers. This right here, you sound like one of those brothers. Is that what you're telling me? You're one of these brothers that you're okay with that. Or you know brothers that are doing this and you're okay with it. What are you telling me here with this? Absolutely not. As a family, as a Muslim family, You cannot, under any circumstances, allow this. And her family's just like, khali wali. No problem, no problem. He picked up. Why are you making a big deal out of it? Guy comes at night after you argued with your wife and she's in an emotional state and he picks her up and drives off with her in the night. Why are you making a big problem out of this? Are you kidding me? Who are you people? How do you people come here to Abuamerican's channel and talk about me and my Islam and me and being Muslim? And you got people out there like this, brothers out there like this, families out there like this, and you here talking to me. Sorry, this ain't about me. This ain't about me. Let's continue. This ain't about me. Let's continue. Allahu Akbar. See, I got mad in that other video too. It's hard for me to stay calm in these situations. Wallahi, I'm mad for the sake of Allah. Wallahi, this is why I do what I do. This is why I talk about what I talk about so constantly and consistently. What are they doing to this brother? This guy, listen to me. Listen to me when I say this. And I'm going to rant here for a second. This is your brother in Islam. And a brother is doing this to him. A family is doing this to him. A sister is doing this to him. Blameworthy behavior. Horrid, wretched behavior. Then y'all want to come to me about ummah, mentality of ummah, where a community. Exactly, my brother. You're controlling. Maybe these sisters today need control. Maybe they need to be controlled, because this isn't the only story I've heard like this. But we're going to continue. Usa. Y'all know I can get hot. Y'all guys know I can get worked up. So the family says, stop accusing her of bad things. I've invested so much in this marriage financially and feel like I've been robbed. Tell me again why you should be paying these sisters 50,000 euros or dollars or British pound dowries. Now, I don't know how much he paid for a dowry, but let's just imagine, worst case scenario, he paid 50,000 maher for a sister that he was married to for 2 months. 2 months. 2 months. I don't care for 20,000. He paid 10,000 a month for 2 months. Why are you guys paying these big dowries again? There's no guarantee in the 21st century that your marriage is going to last, that your relationship is going to last. There's no guarantee anymore. You're not your parents. I know everybody likes to say, oh, Abuamerican's been married umpteen million times. But you know what? There's no guarantee that's not going to be you. There's no guarantee that you're not going to be me. You know why? Because you are not your parents. You didn't come from their generation. You didn't come from their mentality. You didn't come from their background. We are from an entire different time and society of people, and don't let there be any doubt in your mind that they behave differently. The people of our time behave differently than the people of our parents' times. There's no guarantees for you. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, nah, I'm not getting married a bunch of times like Abuamerican. Okay. So you're going to be the guy that stays married to the woman that gets picked up in the middle of the night when you have an argument with her? And then when her friends, her guy friends, show up and pick her up and drive off with her, you're going to be that guy that's going to stay married to her? That going to be you? This brother, Allahumma barak feek, may Allah increase him. This brother fired. He pulled the trigger. Alhamdulillah. Never spoke to me about it. I do not recommend divorce amongst Muslims in general. But this brother, I told him right off the bat, the moment I hear about a brother coming up, picking your wife up, okay, you can battle and you can argue about the guys helping her online. But a guy comes to your house after your wife is in an emotional state after an argument and drives off with her in the night. Hey, come back and take her stuff with you. Wait, baby, come back. I got your stuff in a trash bag. You're out with the garbage. Bang. Put it in his trunk, his back seat. Do not come back. Why would you accept that back? I don't care if you're non-Muslim. That's a one-way trip. That's a one-way trip. A dude shows up and picks up your girl. I'm talking to non-Muslims now. He picks up your girl and drives off with her in the night after an argument. You're done with her. Abuamerican is telling Muslims and non-Muslims, you're done with your girl. If you don't fire that girl, do not come back, consume my content, don't buy my vetting guide, don't talk to me online. If I find out, I'm going to block you everywhere. If your girl leaves with another man, period, you're done. This is Abuamerican's only fatwa in his entire life. I've never given a fatwa before. This is my only fatwa. Your girl, Muslim or non-Muslim, leaves with another man, you fire her. Do you hear me? Don't ever talk to me again. This brother, mashallah, he pulled the trigger. He's like, you know what? I am done. So now he says he feels like he got robbed. I still owe her some part of the mahr and was wondering if I should pay the rest. Now, this brother, Akhi Kareem, Barakallahu Feek, I hope you're watching this. I don't know the answer to this one. You need to go to the ulama for this. You need to go to the scholars of Ahl Sunnah. You need to ask them this question. I don't know. I really don't have the answer for you. I don't know. I don't have the answer for him as to whether or not, given the circumstances, and you need to explain this to the scholars. You need to talk to them, and you need to get an answer from them. I can't answer that question. I don't know. I don't know, bro. My heart, my emotions as a man, my honor and my dignity as a man says no. But that's not a ruling in Islam. That doesn't mean anything in Islam. My dignity, my honor, my izzah, my dignity, my honor, and my emotions as a man, that doesn't count in Islam. But that's what my heart tells me. You ain't getting anything from me. You want it? Get it from the guy who picked you up in the middle of the night from my house. He said, I don't believe it's fair for me to give her a single penny because she was the one who ruined our marriage. Yeah. Her and her white knight simpy friends. Everyone in my family knows she's in the wrong, but keep telling me to have sabr. But I've reached my breaking point. Guys, I said this the other night, and you could take this how you want. It's not blue pill, it's not beta or whatever else. I mean, you could say it is if you want to, but there's not a situation where you have a relationship with a woman that somehow you don't take some sort of damage as a man. Now, obviously, you don't become a crying wreck in the corner, sitting in the shower, crying or whatever else. Nobody's telling you to do that. Nobody's telling you to go kill yourself or whatever else. But that stuff, it can hurt. And it's okay to get hurt as a man. You have to learn. Pain is how you learn. This is where advancement comes from. Now, don't go out and get yourself hurt. But if you take that L, you take that L. It's supposed to hurt. Listen to me, guys. When stuff like this happens, it is supposed to hurt. Because if it doesn't, how are you going to change? Pain is a serious motivation for change, a serious motivator for improvement. It's a serious motivator to stop what you're doing and find out how to not make it work. I mean, not hurt, excuse me. So that's an L, bro. You took an L. You took a hard L. So you take that pain and you focus it. You channel it. That's what's special about us men. That's what makes us, and I'm going to say it, and I don't care who doesn't like it. That's why men are better than women. Women are more important than men, but men are better than women. Because we can focus our pain and make something out of it. We can change our lives and turn it around. Women become victims for life. We become just amazing. So you take that, because that's motivation. You take that. It's energy. It's a driving force. What are you going to let it do? You going to let it control you? You're going to let it destroy you? Or you're going to make it into something that can turn you into a beast and a monster? Become a beast, become a monster, bro. Guys, every single week, I drop at least as a minimum one video about this male friend catastrophe that's going around the Muslims. Don't do it. I'll go over some of these questions here. So I got a question right now. This brother Camouflage is here. He says, Abuamerican question. What if the woman says she's single but is actually married? I talk about this in a video that's coming up. I don't know when it'll be released. It should be released before Friday. I think it'll be one of the videos that'll be released before Friday. If you guys don't know, my videos come out, I pre-record them and they come out that's why sometimes you watch videos and every day it seems like I'm in the same spot. It's because I'll do 3 videos in one spot. I talk about these matrimonial apps where If you put on the matrimonial apps, Muslim matrimonial apps, that you're married with a wife in your profile, they'll ban you for life. But then they have a tick box for separated, married, or single. And sisters are putting in there separated. This is going to answer your question. Is a separated Muslim woman married or not? Obviously, she's still married. Can a Muslim woman have more than one husband? She absolutely cannot. Now, if you're lied to, obviously, when you find out, you cut her off for life. For life. You don't just cut her off until she's divorced. You cut her off forever. But this is a modern day phenomenon. Again, coming back to gynocentrism, whether you guys like to hear about red pill or not, whether you guys think Islam and Muslims can match on that or not, you understand what's going on. What's going on is there is a gynocentric agenda to help women maximize their options and minimize yours. It is haram. It is forbidden for a woman to be looking for another man while she has one. If she's separated, that means she's in her iddah. She's in the period of 3 months when she's separating from her husband, but she's still married in those 3 months, even if it's the final divorce. She's still married for those 3 months. She's not supposed to be looking for another husband. Because, okay, except for the third divorce, he can take her back, right? So why are these sisters on the apps not being banned while putting in their profiles separated? But a man who puts in his profile, I'm married and I'm looking for another wife, they get banned. Look at the dev teams of Muzmatch. Look at the dev teams of Minder. Women. So to answer your question, what do you do? What if the woman is single, but she's actually married? You kick her to the curb. You kick her to the curb. The moment you find out, you listen to me, and don't be harsh, don't be violent or anything, but you dog her out. Dog her out and make sure she knows that she's the bad guy. And then never talk to her again. Never. And if you find out she's talking to one of your homies, make sure he knows and dogs her out and never talks to her again. Oh, man, mashallah. Going through some of these questions here. If you guys got questions, you can ask me now. I'm gonna go back up through some of these comments and whatnot and see if there's any questions there that I missed. I can't go back up to the top. He said that dude needs to vax. If it was a Muslim country, he'd be accused of abduction. I was in Qatar. Oh, my cable came out. My wired cable. Give me a second, guys. I might skip here because I'm gonna go back wired. What's going on with this thing? So in Qatar, if a man showed up to your house and drove off with your wife, you could call the police and they would go and arrest him. If you know a guy's chatting to your wife on your phone, because Qatar is a Muslim country, even though they're more relaxed, you could get on your phone, tell the police, say, hey, my wife's chatting to this guy, and they will arrest them. If they're two foreigners, they'll just deport them. Because there was a couple, and it was an Egyptian guy and an Egyptian woman, and he found out that his wife was talking to another Egyptian guy. And he called the police. Police got her, got the guy she was chatting to, jailed them both, and then deported them. And the guy, the husband, he got to stay in the country. Need a little bit more of that in the world. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, guys, going down here trying to catch some of these questions. Guys, do not underestimate how much of a problem this is. And you know what? Let's go into some logic before I actually go back into the questions. Let's go into some logic here. Women always say, I want my husband to be my best friend. Then you marry your husband and you end up in a divorce because of friends. So what happened to making your husband your best friend? If he's your best friend, why are you prioritizing other guys over your husband? We hear women say this all the time. We hear sisters say this all the time. Tell me I'm wrong. Someone tell me I'm wrong. Sisters say all the time, I want my husband to be my best friend and my lover. So now you got two things. He's got two things over everybody else. You get your husband, you want to make him your husband, you want to make him your best friend, and you want to make him your lover, obviously, because he's your husband. So how on earth did you end up divorced? So many sisters, how do you end up divorced if your husband's supposed to be your best friend? What does that even mean then? What does that mean if some random dude can end up getting you? What does it mean if some sister friend of yours can get you divorced from your husband? What does that mean? Well, it doesn't make any sense anymore. They just say stuff now because it sounds good. They don't say stuff because they mean it. They just say it because it sounds good. So Sister Shamima said she wants her husband to be her best friend. Yeah, I want that too. That sounds great. And then Ahmed's over here in the corner like, yeah, what's up, sister? Oh, your husband said that? Oh, that's too bad. You know, I'd never say that. Yeah. What? You don't see how that's not friendly? Our sisters, are y'all that blind? You obviously aren't. You know what's going on. Sisters, y'all know what's going on. There's no excuse. When a guy is helping you in an argument against your husband, and he'll come pick you up from his house and take you away, he knows exactly what he's doing, and you know exactly what he's doing, and you know exactly what you're doing. No excuse for any of you. Zero. And that's why I said, if that happens with my daughter, everybody's catching hands. Jazakallah khair. I catch a lot of hate, bro. You know, and I ain't even saying nothing crazy, man. But you know, whatever. Yeah, barakallahu feek, man. So let me see. Yeah, this is correct right here. No, there's a waiting period. She can't be married to another guy during that period. That time is given for reconciliation. Absolutely. She's still married during the iddah. That time, that 3-month period is called the iddah. When maybe he pronounces a talaq on her, a divorce on her. She's in her iddah. She's still married. He can still, in a permissible way, sleep with her. They can reconcile and they can sleep together. They can kiss, they can touch, whatever else. He can put hands on her, not in a hostile way. I mean, talking about, you know, the bits and bobs, because it's still his wife. But no other man has access to her like that because they're not mahram men. So yeah, she still has a husband. How is she looking for a husband when she has a husband? Since when is that possible? We know from the Sharia that a woman is not allowed, a Muslim woman is not allowed to entertain two suitors at one time. This is when she's single. So if she's entertaining a marriage proposal from one man, that's it. She's not allowed to entertain a marriage proposal from a second man, which is another reason why these matrimonial apps are cancer. And inshallah, we're looking for solutions to this, on how to solve this on our app. We're going to try and fix this, because sisters should be entertaining 15, 16 dudes, chatting them up, and knowing that every last one of them wants marriage. You're only allowed to deal with one proposal at a time. So yeah, let's keep moving on. I don't know what you're saying here, David. I don't understand. This man, his woman not legally married. Okay, so here we go. Here's a question. Abuamerican. In this case, if the man and the woman are not legally married but only under Sharia, would the police in Qatar still do? Yes, yes, they would still do something, because I had one of my wives deported. One of the wives I deported, I divorced in the past. I had her deported. I bought her an iPhone S, and I had access to her phone. I found out she was chatting up some dude, and I called the police. I showed his evidence. They arrested her and they took her out of the country. Obviously, a lot more happened between that, but one of the primary reasons why I felt comfortable calling the police, and they jailed her for 3 months before she left the country. I had no control over that. They wanted to make sure she suffered, and they put her in a really nasty jail with roaches. Literally, the roaches in Qatar are like that big, and she used to, she complained a lot about it. They deported her. We had a Sharia marriage. So I actually got her a visa in Qatar under a Sharia marriage from Kenya. So yeah, absolutely. They'll do that. Absolutely. I got a $10 super chat. Well, let me scroll down here so I can get to it. $10 super chat from Joe Wad, Barakallahu Feek, man. Another longtime supporter and viewer. I generally don't like living in a world where being what a man is a horrible thing. And no matter what a woman is a wonderful thing. Red pill. Well, bro, don't go black pill on us. But yeah, that's the world we're in right now, and you need to learn how to navigate it. Because if you don't, then you might end up black pill. So make sure you learn how to navigate this world that we're in right now that's even infecting the Muslims. And while guys are attacking us for red pill, this, that, the other, stuff like this is happening all the time. Brothers are out here driving off with brothers' wives. They're out here, getting in between husband and wife in arguments, knowing that that's a bad idea, knowing that, and I told this to the Kenyan girl that I was married to and I divorced and I had deported. I said, there's no way that I'm ever going to forgive you of this, because she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I was like in an argument, I was mad, I was angry, and I just wanted to feel good. Listen to this was her argument. I just wanted to feel good, and so I just started talking to this guy. Now imagine this brother, he has this situation where he's arguing with his wife and she just wants to feel good, because women are all about their feelings, and then this guy comes, picks her up. Yeah. And so I told her, basically, coming back to this, and this goes back to the advice that I give women when women ask me. I said, never touch your husband's ego. And when I'm talking about this in specific, I'm talking about other men. There's nothing more that will trigger your man's ego than another man. It's unforgivable. And if you're one of those guys that, oh no, Abuamerican, you should look the other way. Again, I implore you not to subscribe to my channel, not to consume my content, not to talk to me. If you're one of those guys that think you should be forgiving a woman, your woman, chatting up other dudes and then just forgiving that. Abuamerican in specific doesn't play that. I don't condone it. I don't tell any man to accept that. That's your woman. Take ownership. That, yes, I don't care how it sounds to all the people watching this. That's your woman. Listen to me again. It's your woman. So you take ownership of that. And when she starts counteracting, countermanding that ownership that you have, when she doesn't honor that, when she doesn't love that, dude, you fire and forget, and you don't forgive. That she could be somebody else's problem. Let her be somebody else's problem. Sheikh Akhtar, Barakallahu Feek, 200 rupee super chat. Allahu Akbar, may Allah keep the rules of Qatar and Muslims lands firm upon Tawheed and the Sunnah. Ameen, Barakallahu Feek. Man. Yep. Too many captains saving the damsels in distress. And here's the funny thing. These sisters, they be loving these dudes that always come to the rescue, but these dudes don't want anything from them. They want one thing. They're not trying to be that dude. They're just trying to be that dude. They're not trying to be her man. That's why I said, when a woman drives off with another dude, tell her, come back, take all your stuff. Be nice to the guy. Listen, Abuamerican can give you some advice if this ever happens to you. You find out who that brother is. You find out his Twitter, his Instagram, whatever else. You message him directly. Better if you can get his number and say, hey, look, man, you know what? You came and picked up my wife. I want you to come back. Now, I'm not going to attack you, bro. I packed all her stuff up, and I'm going to put it in the car for you. That's your girl now. I've officially let her go. You want her? Come and take her. So I'm gonna take all her stuff, and I'm going to put it in the car. Since you are so attached to my wife that you want to come to my house and take my wife, when you know we're in a heated situation, when you know we're in an emotional situation amongst ourselves, and you take this stuff and you go with her because she's divorced, and you want that so bad, come and take her. Bro, I ain't angry. Straight up. Come back, man. Come back. You can take her to her parents' house. You can take her to your house. I don't care where you take her, but she's not welcomed here. Watch what them brothers are going to do. Watch what those brothers do. They don't want the woman. They just want access to the woman. They don't want her. They just want access to her. They ain't her friend. If they were her friend, they wouldn't come to her house and interfere in a marriage. Yeah, man, it's bad. It's bad. Sorry, just going through these questions here again, guys. Guys, you an admin, ban them. If he's just trolling, ban him. You're whatchamacallit also. You are an admin. Just right click on his name, ban him. Don't even put him in timeout. Just ban him. Yeah, so sorry, just going through these questions, guys. So, Abuamerican brother, sorry to bother you again. How is it property and alimony split during divorced Muslim countries? Is 50-50? I don't know how they do it in Muslim countries, bro. You know, I don't know how they do it in Muslim countries, to be honest. And Qatar, they didn't ask any questions. They were just like, "You got any stuff for her to take back?" You know, when I divorced my wife and I said, just get rid of her, they was like, what did she take with you? They took her away in a police car and then they came back with another car to take all the stuff that I packed up for her. They didn't even ask. So me being fair and just, I packed up what was hers and what I gave her, what I purchased her, and I just I put it in the bag and I sent it off. That was it. So what the law is, I don't know. But generally, they ain't hearing about dudes, interfering in marriage in Qatar. Not in Qatar. The police, they seen that stuff and they're just like, yo, what? We were at a police station. Here's the story. And I was filing a report and she was there, obviously. And she started complaining about, oh, he's this, he's that. He said, stop. He says, why are you here in Qatar? She said, to be with my husband. He said, who is your husband? He said, it's him. He says, yes. He says, this phone you have, did you speak to this guy with? She said, this is a new iPhone. At the time, it was the iPhone 4 or 5S. I can't remember. It was the brand new one. I got all my wives that. I had 3 wives. I got all 3 of them one. Actually, I got one, the BlackBerry, the X one, the first touchscreen BlackBerry. And he was like, who bought this? He said, oh, my husband. He said, did this guy buy it for you? No. He said, did he pay the bill for this? He said, no. He said, but you talked to him on this phone that your husband paid for. He paid for the phone. He pays for the contract so you could talk to him. And she said, she was just like, well, he's like, no. He said, no. This is not okay. This is not okay. He said, khalas. He said, khalas. He said, be quiet. Khalas. That's what he told her. He told her to be quiet. Khalas. And then he was like, when he's finished, and I had to sign a report. He's like, Akhi, he says, my wife is from Saudi Arabia. He says, because I am from a tribe, they're across the border of Saudi Arabia. He says, I wouldn't say why, but if my wife did this, I would take her to her family house and just leave her. If they asked me why, I wouldn't say anything. He said, I wouldn't tell them why, but I would take her to the family house and leave her. He said, Wallahi, I would take all her bags, all her things. He said, so what you're doing, Akhi? Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, man. There's good people in Qatar, man. They get it. They ain't over there being cuckolded and whatever else. They ain't accepting that stuff. They are not hearing that out there. Alhamdulillah. So they didn't ask me. They just said, give her what you want to give her nothing. They were just like, what you put in the car, that's what we're going to take to her to deport her. That was fair. I gave her everything that was hers plus what I bought her. Sorry, just going over these. Got another story there. So let me just. American, how trustworthy do you find Muslim women from the developing world? Women are women, bro. This is, and guys, a lot of guys get mad at this, but this is one of the beauties of understanding Red Pill, is because Red Pill helps you understand women, because women are women. I've told this story before. I'm going to tell it to you again. I was married to 3 different women. I was married to a Somali, I was married to a Kenyan, I was married to a German. They didn't talk to each other at first. Never talked to each other. And the entry point, I was doing well. So when I was gaining the women, when I was marrying them, everything was going right because I was doing right. But then what happened was I was going to a semi-beta frame when I got married to them, and the women would change. And so this is when I started developing, like, what's going on here. And I'll tell you why I started the what's going on here. We had 3 women from 3 different cultures, arguably 3 different ethnicities, 3 different languages. 2 had come from 2 different religions. One had came from like a traditional Kenyan religion. One was previously a Christian, and one was born upon Islam. But they were all saying the same thing without communicating to each other. They were all using lines like verbatim, to the point that I was like, when did you talk to, your co-wife? She's like, I never talked to her. I'm like, but y'all are saying the same thing. How is this possible? Then I realized this is something biological. There is a social expression of a biological trigger. And that's when I realized something I'm doing is triggering all these women to react and speak in the same way. Then I realized I was the problem. I was like, there's something I'm doing fundamentally wrong here. If these 3 women don't talk to each other, but they're all saying the same thing. And how are they saying the same thing if they've never talked to each other? It's like they're like trading notes. And they really didn't talk to each other because I had access to all their phones. That's something I had, since early on. I need access to your phones. So women are women. It doesn't matter if they're from the developing world. It doesn't matter if they're from the first world. If you a sucker, they're gonna treat you like a sucker. We saw this with that one guy, that big no neck guy. There was some sort of dating show or something. I've only seen clips of it. I never watched the whole series, but he was like, some sucker in the West. And then when he went to, I think it was Thailand, was it? I don't know, Thailand or the Philippines or something. He went to some Asian country to get an Asian wife, and she started treating him like a sucker. You know why? Because that guy's a sucker. So if you understand women, you're going to understand how they are the world over, because their biological, their social expression of their biological triggers are going to be the same all over the world, because they're women. Just like men are the same way all over the world in a simple sense. You show a healthy man a naked woman, and he's going to get happy in the pants. We know this. This is just, I'm being oversimplistic, but you get the point. Women are the same way. Don't make them think there's some sort of undiscoverable, undecipherable mystery. They're not. They're quite simple also. So it doesn't matter where they're from. They're women. Women are women. Do I trust women? I trust women to be women, no matter where they're from. Whether people like to hear it or not, that's something I think Rolo said. Let me see. I don't know this guy. I've never heard of him. Don't know who he is. He's majhul to me. He's unknown. What? Someone Arabs would kill a horse. His wife sat on if a man will sit on it afterwards, so he can't. That's pretty serious though, mashallah. So he's saying some amongst the Arabs would kill a horse his wife sat on if a man will sit on it afterwards, meaning his wife sitting on the horse, she gets off, and then the man wants to sit on it right after her, so the man cannot feel the warmth of his wife's body on the back of the horse. Allahu Akbar. That's some serious ghira right there. That's some serious, like, what's the English translation for ghira? Like protective jealousy. That's serious. MashaAllah. Brother, here's the thing. Shaitan, his biggest accomplishment will be destroying a family of a husband and a wife. Some of these brothers out there are shaitans themselves. Some of these brothers are the shayateen. Some of these brothers are the devils that are ruining these families. And we know that there is devils amongst men. Some of these brothers, any brother who's going to show up to a guy's house and take his wife away, a Muslim, well, he's from amongst the shayateen. You have to convince me that he's not from amongst the shayateen. Shayateen min al-ins. He's one of the devils from amongst mankind. Guaranteed, it's one of them dudes that be in my comment section complaining and mad when I talk about this stuff. Guaranteed. They have to be the same people. I can't imagine that they're not. I had a contact with the sister to get to know them and maybe marry them. Later, it turned out that during this time, she had contact with several brothers in order to get to know each other for marriage. She can only entertain one marriage proposal at a time. But all of a sudden, because it's 2021 and there's applications, whatever else, sisters all of a sudden like think they can just be like talking to 80 dudes about marriage until I decide which one's the best. You can't do that. Abuamerican, how do you pay for all these 3 wives? Are you a doctor? No, I'm a G, homie. What have I been telling you guys for a long time? I tried to tell my trolls. When I had trolls that were constantly stalking me and putting a ton of energy and work into like acting like they're me, following me, chasing me up, distorting my posts and whatever else, and twisting the words of them in order to like come up with one story that actually was a different one. When I told these guys get online and use that energy to make money, how long ago was that? 2 years ago? I've been trying to figure this out for like 2 years. I'm not good at online money making. I got good at women. I should have got good at online money making, but whatever. I'm getting better at making money online. So alhamdulillah, I make money online and it's consistent and it's good. Alhamdulillah. It's easy, bro. It's easy. It's there. It's there for the taking. And that's why I've been telling brothers, get on this online money game. Get on money making game. You want the wives? I want the wives. You don't have to want the wives, but I want the wives. They need to be financed, right? So what do? I found my ways. Online money is real. You ain't got to be a doctor. You can make more than a doctor online. Listen to me. You can make more money than a doctor online. So why not do it? Instead of wasting your time chasing social media dudes, and I talk about this in an upcoming video also, guys are out here being absolute weirdos and creeps. They're actually validating a lot of stuff that sisters are saying. They're actually stalking like my channel, this, that, their Macdi's channel, Coach Kareem's channel, just making comments, whatever else. Dudes are wasting their lives online. If nobody gave me a super chat in this, the views alone make me money. I don't do this for nothing. Yes, I enjoy this. Yes, I want to help people. But if I wasn't making an income also, I wouldn't be doing it. What are you online for? If I'm online, it's to learn something. I'm doing a university degree right now online. I'm doing that. I'm from a UK university. I'm doing that. If there's not a benefit to me being online, I'm not online. This is why I'm not on Twitter a lot these days, because I go on, I drop a couple of tweets, whatever else. I drop some marketing. That's it. Because right now, it's outside of the scope of the focus of what I'm trying to accomplish. Although it probably should be in the scope of it in terms of marketing and whatnot. Dude, money is there. It's there for the taking. You just got to go get it. So what I pay for them? Online money, bro. The same thing I've been telling my trolls to get into. People who hate me, and I technically hate. You see how I be trying to benefit you people? I be trying to benefit my enemies. It's you know why I do it? Because it benefits me. Because my trolls, if they find out how to make money online, guess what they do? They realize they don't have time for me or going around stalking my friends and my brothers on their channels. So it's a win-win. They get money, we get left alone to make more money. Everybody's happy. But trolls are idiots. And a matter of fact, I have my book. Oh, I don't have it here. I wrote a book. Everything Your Mother Never Told You About Online Trolls. You can find it on Abuamerican.com. Go to the shop and it's there for sale. Everything Your Mother Never Told You About Online Trolls. I wrote a whole book about them. Trolls are still making me money. That's how, bro. It's like that. By being smarter than everybody else. I'm not saying I'm smarter than everybody else, but obviously I'm more focused or something. I don't know, bro. Assalamu alaikum. Where do you find women that are willing to travel and seek knowledge? Bro, I don't know. I'm looking for, I know how to find women that want to be housewives and have children, but women that want to travel and seek knowledge, I don't know, bro. I expect my woman to have a basic understanding of Islam, enough to practice, properly without like doing stuff like chatting up dudes online. She wears hijab outside, these types of things. She understands her basic rights. She understands the rights of Allah first and foremost, and she understands the rights of her husband. Khalas, man, I'm not trying to like, go sitting in the roost with a sister. Most of that most information in ilm, in terms of knowledge of Islamic knowledge, you can find online nowadays. Check out our brothers. People don't like them, but check out Maktab Salafiyah. The dudes run entire conferences. You can find them live online. You can go to, all of the different Salafi talk. You can go to all these different audio channels. There's more durus. There's more lessons, Islamic lessons online than you can possibly consume in your lifetime. Alhamdulillah, it's been made easy for us in the 21st century. You to seek knowledge now. It's not like back when the scholars had to travel with a camel from like Medina to Egypt or from Egypt to Syria for a single hadith. You can go online, you can find trustworthy sources, and the knowledge is presented there for you. It's brought to you. What do you need to travel for? Especially with your woman, if you want to travel with your woman, obviously for the sake of seeking knowledge, let me not say I'm discouraging it. I apologize if that's what that seems like I'm doing. I'm not, but I'm just saying in terms of protecting your woman, and the integrity of your relationship and, protecting her, because when you travel, and I'm doing actually a free guide on travel, it's not so simple. There's a lot you have to take in consideration for travel, because you guys know, if you don't know, I've been to 48 countries in my life. I'm an expert on travel also. So I'm doing a free guide for you guys on travel. And in there, I talk about traveling with a woman and children, because I've done that too. And it's not easy. There's a lot of stress on you, your mind, and whatever else. So if you think that you're going to travel with your wife and then sit down in a durus and actually learn carefree, not carefree, but, to where you have that mind to absorb information, you're probably not, unless you're an outstandingly exceptional person, or your wife has a place to stay with her family, or there's family members wherever you're traveling to get this knowledge. It's going to be really stressful, and you're not going to be able to focus and concentrate. It's probably better, while Allahu Alam, to stay at home and take knowledge from the scholars who speak Arabic, and they have translators at your home. And Allah knows best. That's not a fatwa or anything. It's just, I know the troubles and the hardships of traveling with family. And it's not easy. What's this? Hold on, I just saw something here. I gotta find this again. What did you say? Oh man, you guys going off with the comments of the question, guys. Yeah, it's harder for a man to forgive a cheating woman since you can't tell if the child in her womb is yours. I'm listening to this thing. It's not Islamic. It's actually, the guy's quite annoying with his atheism. It's called the Red Queen, and he talks about this in there. That why historically women were punished harder for sexual indiscretions than men were, because it's a matter of paternity. But at the same time, women were almost unilaterally forgiven for crimes of theft, whatever else, where men were punished harshly. So in the past, let me repeat that so it's clear. In the past, women were punished exceptionally hard for sexual indiscretions, but they were given a free pass on almost everything else. Now it's just they get a free pass for everything, and men are still punished hard. Theater is the glue of society. If men don't feel jealous for their wives, it's all over. Yeah, and then society encourages you to not have a glitter over your wife. You're so insecure, bro. You're so controlling. And then society's really in. There's no social shame to being a shameless person. Yeah. Who are to blame more, the wife or the lover? Well, bro, here's the thing. We're talking about Muslims here. So Islamically, there's a punishment for both of them. If they are both married, they're stoned to death. If the man is not married and the woman is stoned to death and the man is lashed. So Islamically, there's no like lesser of two evils. Y'all both getting it. Y'all both catching smoke. So it's kind of like a nonsensical question. You know what I mean? Islamically, if you want to talk about Western society, that's a whole different conversation I can't get into. I don't. There's too much going on here. They're both wrong still. They're still both wrong. Yeah. Yo, what's up, man? Greetings from Germany. Barakallah feek. Jazakallah khair. I love that brother, man. He's not only a brother in Islam, he's a friend. I just met him recently. I consider him a friend. Allah increase him and grant him good. All of them. All of you brothers. I mean, may Allah protect you from situations like this. This brother also, that he ends up in another situation like this. May Allah protect you brothers from this type of stuff, man. Because the anger I feel, I don't even know. I'm angry for this brother. I'm angry for this brother. Allahu Akbar. Wait, isn't it haram to earn money from YouTube ads? I don't know. You know some sort of ruling on this? What's the fatwa on it, bro? Drop a fatwa on it. I ain't never seen no fatwa on it. I ain't seen no fatwas on it. There's some sort of haram ads on YouTube. YouTube don't run anything like dodgy. They run like medical ads, charity ads. They don't do porn ads or anything, or cigarette ads, bro, or alcohol ads. They don't do cigarette ads. Why would it be haram? Help me understand that one. And you just made a fatwa. Why is it haram? Someone tell me why it's haram. Dudes just out here making stuff up. Y'all giving fatwas, man. MashaAllah. Y'all better be careful, man. Because when you say something's haram, you've taken it on to say that Allah and his messenger would rule this as impermissible. So you're speaking on behalf of Allah and his messenger. That's a fatwa, homie. Even when I said fatwa, get rid of them, I'm taking my chances with Allah. I'll take my chances with Allah on Yom Qiyamah with that one. Divorce that girl and get rid of her. If a guy comes to your house and picks up your wife and drives off with her, divorce her. I'll take that risk with Allah. Inshallah, Allah knows best. I don't feel under any danger that Allah would punish me for saying that's something that you should do. You guys out here making fatwas about YouTube ads. MashaAllah, y'all brave. Yeah, MashaAllah. Brave brothers. Let me just going down through here. Cool Sword Master 22. Abuamerican, I've seen a lot of sisters saying that men were told to lower their gaze first and then women were told to wear hijab later. Thoughts on this? I talked about this actually. I don't know how long ago the video came out. I talked about this, or maybe it was a live. It's like, the command to lower your gaze is for both men and women. It's not just only for men. This is the first mistake. A lot of sisters, they're acting like lower your gaze is a phrase that is only applies to men. It's for men and women. It's universal. Women should lower their gaze. Men should lower their gaze. The obligation for her to cover doesn't matter. She is to cover, period. You know why? And the reasoning I brought was most of these sisters live in non-Muslim countries. Do you think the average non-Muslim guy is concerned about lowering his gaze? Hey, Ted, the Quran says lower your gaze. The messenger of Allah, peace be upon him, said lower your gaze. Ted, the atheist, is looking at you like, okay, we call you type Karens, but I guess since you're a guy, I'll call you a Kareem. You think Ted cares? Cover, sisters. It has nothing to do with whether the brother lowers his gaze or not. Because you're going to have the Fasik out there no matter what. He's not going to lower his gaze. Muslim or not, you're going to have the guy out there who's going to ignore the command and he's not going to lower his gaze. You're going to have the non-Muslims out there who are not interested in Islamic rulings on lowering the gaze. You can move to Saudi Arabia. Guess what's walking around out there? Non-Muslims. I don't care where you move in the world, there's always going to be non-Muslims around. So they're not listening to Islam, Quran and Sunnah. They don't care. Cover yourself. The obligation is irrespective of brothers lowering their gaze or not. Yes, he's to lower his gaze. But again, Carl over there doesn't care that you're Muslim. He's not following. He doesn't obey Allah and his messenger. He doesn't care. Is he going to lower his gaze because you told him Allah told him to? The guy disbelieves in Allah. He probably hates Allah and his messenger with his heart and with a passion. He's probably not going to lower his gaze just because you told him that's something you're supposed to do as a Muslim. So what? You don't have to cover because it's so what? Wait. So what's the logic here? I don't have to cover in front of non-Muslims. He doesn't have to lower his gaze. But the Muslims, you guys have to lower your gaze. So lower your gaze, brothers. And then people get mad at me when I be like just straight like internet choke slamming these sisters. Y'all get mad at me. But then you got these sisters out here saying this goofy stuff, and I'm just supposed to be like over here, like, yeah, sure, sister. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I'm not that dummy. You guys can hate me for jumping on these sisters and jumping down their throats, but what are we talking about here? What's going on? I'm not frustrated with you, bro. I'm like, why are you brothers even like entertaining conversations from these sisters? I can't be the only one who came up with this in his mind. It's impossible that I'm the only guy who logic this out. Like, wait, that's Gunther over there. He's not lowering his gaze. What you talking about, sister? What you ain't got to cover now with your hair out? What, sister, come here. I'm gonna slap you. Bro, don't listen to that crazy stuff. I mean, listen to it. Lower your gaze. That's not what I'm saying. Lower your gaze. It's your obligation, but it's her obligation to cover no matter what. She could be outside alone as far as she knows. She still got to cover. Don't mean nothing. This still don't cover. She still got to cover. So whatever else. Yeah, I don't buy that either. With the YouTube ads thing, because YouTube has pretty sanitized ads. They generally don't they don't mess with alcohol because there's children on the platform. They don't mess with cigarettes because there's children on alcohol. They don't advertise pornography because there's children on the platform. Are there women out on the platforms or whatever else and in these commercials? Yes, there is possibly. If you want to debate that or discuss that, it's a different story about what the state of cover is for these women inside the ads. That's a different conversation altogether. But in general, haram substances and all that type of stuff, completely not advertised on YouTube. It's just it's just crazy stuff that these dudes are talking about. These dudes are just mad because Abuamerican making it. Yeah, okay. Scholars say it has music in it. Yeah, that could be an argument. Allah knows best, but I don't know. Does that make it haram? I mean, Just don't be on YouTube, period, because there's ads all over the place anyway. Just don't be on YouTube then. Sorry, just going through these questions, guys. I'm around an hour and 20 minutes. I'll go a little bit longer. I'm trying to get through. Yeah, this is something, that needs to be researched, inshallah. It needs to be researched. It needs to be questioned and asked. But then, you know what? This comes into another thing that a lot of people ain't going to want to hear, and y'all ain't going to like. Your favorite YouTube sheikh, all these dudes, what's that guy's name? The knitting sheikh, Guess what he has? He has YouTube ads. Your boy, what's the Muhammad Hijab? Guess what he's got? He's got YouTube ads. Your boy Qawamoon, guess what he got? He got YouTube ads. Well, actually, maybe he doesn't. He only got 900 subscribers, so he doesn't have YouTube ads. But all your favorite guys, all your favorite YouTube guys, dais and whatnot, guess what they got? They got YouTube ads. Now, I'm not saying that makes it okay. If it turns out to be haram, that doesn't make it okay. But guess what? You gonna go over to their channel and start talking about it? I know you ain't. You only come to Abuamerican with this stuff. I know how you guys are. Not you in specific, but I'm just saying these guys in the comments talking about it. They're gonna go around to that other guy's channel, give him a reach around. Oh brother, you're so amazing. This, that, the other. Oh sister, you're amazing on your channel. While these ads are running, but they're gonna come to Abuamerican and start talking about the ads being haram. Guaranteed. If it was permissible to bet, I'd put money on it that not one show, not one comment section, not one live have they ever said to their favorite YouTube sheikh, YouTube commercials are haram. I'd put money on that. Dishonest, disingenuous. What's your advice for newlywed Muslim men out there? I said this before. I caught a lot of heat for it, but I'm going to say it again, and you can give me heat for it. But this is something that I stand by, and I hold as true. Treat her like you never slept with her. Every day you're with her, treat her like she's a woman you never slept with. But you want to sleep with her, obviously. Treat her like that. Don't be a simpy sucker. That's not what I'm saying. But when you start viewing your woman like that, you're going to game her like that. You're going to play those games with her. You're going to give her that chat. You're going to have your A game on point every single time. Your game is going to be so on point because you always hear like, man, I want to get in that woman's pants over there. I want to get that abaya off her, pull her hijab off, just want to smell the back of her kneecap. And think to yourself, what would I do in order to get that girl to sleep with me? We're talking halal here, guys. Stay with me. I'm talking halal here. This is your wife. This is not some random broad on the street. This is your wife. Treat her like that every day, and you're going to have your top A game on her. My wife laughs, giggles every day, all day. You know why? Because I treat her like that. So my wife's always laughing, giggling, whatever else, because I learned a long time ago, cocky funny works. So I use it on my wife to this day. Today we were out driving around, flying drones and whatnot. Guess what she was doing? Laughing and smiling and whatever else, because I treat her like that every day. Alhamdulillah, it's a good relationship. People got mad at me for that. Treat your wife really well. Abuamerican. Mashallah. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is true right here also. YouTube is playing ads on content creators anyway. If you're getting a portion or not, doesn't matter. Even if your channel isn't monetized, YouTube is still running ads on videos with high watch numbers. Why not take the money? They're going to run those ads no matter what. Is that correct? Actually, it might not be. You can turn off ads. Yeah, that might not be totally correct. But I'll try and be fair. It might not be correct, but for the most part, YouTube's going to run them ads. I think you can turn it off though. Bro, They take, you know what it is? It's not that it's, I'm exaggerating. I'm using hyperbole. But the point is, I'm telling guys to do your best with your wife. But all they're taking away from it is Abuamerican said something about sex. That's what their whole takeaway is. I say, treat your wife like you've never slept with her, but you want to for the first time. Abuamerican said something about sex. That's all they catch. They catch nothing else. And then that turns into Abuamerican said, go bang your neighbor's wife. Bro, you'd be amazed at the people, how they make distortions and lies against me. And I don't chase it up anymore. I love it because Yom Kiyama, that's going to be gold. And Abuamerican needs it because I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. Speech is part of actions in Islam. We know this. I make videos that come out every single day. I have a lot of mistakes because I'll make stuff. And sometimes brothers hit me up. Alhamdulillah, I got a brother, love him to death. He's like, hey, on this video, you said this. I tell my YouTube channel manager, AKA my wife, cut that out of that video. Alhamdulillah. If you catch something that I say incorrect, please tell me. I say a lot. You're going to get in trouble with it. So I need all those good deeds from those people. And if they have no good deeds, I need someone to take my bad deeds, because there's no way that I make this much content and don't make mistakes that aren't going to bite me in the rear on Yom Kiyama. I'm trying to help the Muslims, but it's just inevitable. With so much speech comes more responsibility and accountability, and thus mistakes in front of Allah. And I'm not a scholar, so I don't get one reward for my mistakes. I get the bad deed. And then if it's bad advice, then I get the bad deeds for the person who learned it from me. Because we know that if you teach someone bad, you get the bad deeds of the person you taught it to, and so on and so on. And it's the same with the good deeds. If you teach someone something good, then you get a part of the good deeds. So when I say stuff like, hey, treat your wife like this, people just, they come here with bad intentions and bad hearts, saying I'm the bad guy. They come with bad intention, bad hearts, and then they just look for something that they could take and twist and run off with. And then it's no surprise that 99.9% of those people aren't Salafi. Because if they're going to do it to me, these are the same people that make the ta'wil of the Quran. These are the people who make the ta'wil of the ayats of the Quran. So what do you think? Abuamerican's fair game. 100%. Abuamerican, I have a question which is related to having an abundance mindset. There was this girl I really liked, and I messed up because she became disenchanted. She was not my wife, by the way. I suppose there's more to the question, but whatever. Keep going. Yeah, this is true. I think this is correct. YouTube's forcing ads nowadays. It is true. YouTube wants their money too. I can't answer the question because it was an incomplete question, unfortunately. Yeah, this as far as I know. Ads are played on videos that perform well. As far as I know on YouTube, it's just period. As far as I know, but I don't want to speak out of knowledge, Yeah. Yeah, true. I guess, yeah, if you want to become, there you go. There's the solution right there, guys. Boom. There's your solution. YouTube wants their money no matter what. If you're not going to pay them for no ads, they're going to force ads on you. That's why they brought up that whole premium thing anyway. Yeah, you know what? He's right. Since they went premium, ads are forced. He's right. Why is this such a big conversation? You can't avoid ads anyway. I could demonetize my channel. The ads are still going to pop up. So does does that make it haram? My content haram? What, see what I'm saying? Does that make everything more permissible somehow now? Obviously not. I don't know what we're getting at here. It's. I don't even care about YouTube. It's only discussed because someone else brought it up. It's mostly small money. Mashallah. I mean, I make good money off. I mean, not good money, but it's. I'd miss it if it was gone. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Google something whole added anyway. Without my consent, you can refuse that Yeah, you can't confuse it to content creator. Yeah, I think I saw that email too, bro. I got one of those content creator emails. So yeah. Okay, so here's Sharash. Man, Sharash, bro, that's some heck of questions, man. You got a whole bunch of stuff, man. Sharash, bro, that's a lot, man. You're gonna have to drop super chat on that one, man. Barakallah Feek. I'm not trying to be greedy or anything, but bro, that's like 9 different comments, bro. What you doing here, mashallah? Not what are you doing in the channel, but mashallah, bro. That's just you being kind of shameless with that one, man. Come on, bro. Barakallah Feek. I hear you, big bro. Every time I hear, I always benefit from you. Yeah, bro. Just act like higher. And if you see something from me, from the book and the sunnah, please present me the dalil. Inshallah, I'll take it into consideration. Let's help one another here, inshallah. I have a pull-up bar behind me up here. I made one. You can't see it. Maybe you can. I made this pull-up bar right there. I literally made that out of old pallets or something like this. I have a punching bag back here behind this curtain, and I have push-up bars and whatnot. Because I don't go to the gym anymore because they got like this whole thing with the coronavirus and all that stuff, and I'm not getting vaccinated. So I work out, like that. I haven't been doing any workout lately. This just right here. Everything I have is just from good diet, and not eating a bunch of junk. Unfortunately, I started energy drinks, but I try and keep it in moderation. But otherwise, right now, I'm just maintaining muscle with good diet by consuming enough protein that my body doesn't start breaking down muscles. But I am feeling this shirt. It's starting to get loose on me. I need to get back to my thing. Calisthenics work fine, man. Calisthenics are fine. Okay. Barakallahu fikum. Yeah, Sarash, I've been on for like an hour and 31 minutes. So, it's the weekend, and I want to get back to the fams and whatnot, inshallah. So come back on Thursday with it, bro. Try and condense the question. Come back on, no, not Thursday. Sorry. I'll be doing more lives. I said I was going to do more lives. So just come back on, bro. I'll try and do like story hour with Abuamerican like on Fridays or Wednesdays, inshallah. Next week might be a little bit difficult because I'm supposed to be on with Daniel the Muslim skeptic. I hate trying to say his last name. It's so difficult. So yeah. Barakallah Feek right there, knitting my way to polygyny. Yes, co-wife.com. He said knitting my way to polygyny. Bro, you wrong for that one, man. Co-wife.com and the vetting guide, inshallah. Yeah, come back next week. This brother got tear in my eyes with that one, boy. What was I gonna say? Daniel the Muslim skeptic next week, inshallah. I need to finalize the times with him. So I'll get on the email just once I get off of here with you guys. I can't think of anything else. Barakallahu feek, you guys, for being like a good audience today. Jazakallah khair. You brothers enjoy your weekend. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.